All right, Shia, let's get motivated. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success while you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. That's funny. It's on the wrong one. There we go. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. My legs are not mini. That's for when I'm gaming. Hi, Minnie. All right. We're going to be working on Limb Independence Grind. Now, unfortunately, the stream that I did on Wednesday, it crashed 2 minutes into it, at least on YouTube, Twitch, etc. So I like how Streamlabs doesn't, tell me that. Anyways, we are going to be working on a new way of going through the limb independent stuff. So the books that I'm kind of working out of here, inspired by, are 50 Ways to Syncopation. So these are where I'm getting a lot of the patterns. And then the idea for how to practice limb independence is coming from these two books, New Breed 2, which is by Gary Chester. Now, I just went through that very fast. And you're like, wait, Jared, what are the names of those books? You can actually find them here. So the link that's up there, /drum on my website. If you scroll past the thousands of free, 100% free play-alongs, and go down into this section, which got the tips. I'm releasing a new tip highlight reel every other day. This one just came out this morning. But this very first link, Books and Gear I Recommend for Percussionists, if you click on it, it takes you to the /gear page on my website. On that page, if it will slowly load, it has the books that I recommend, as well as what kind of microphone is this one, what kind of mic is this, what is this particular camera, what about that particular camera, etc. And apparently my website is going slow today. Too many people are on there. Thank you for the millions of people who are on there right now. Appreciate you all. But anyways, so it starts off with concert snare, books that I recommend, and then it gets in drum kit. So the book that I'm using is this one for the different permutation... or not permutations, the different limb independence patterns. Can't think. And then the idea for how to practice this and how to go through it is through New Breed series. So New Breed 1 and 2. And then again, there's a bunch of other books that I recommend, as well as here's the pedal I'm using. Here's the low volume heads I'm using so I don't annoy my neighbors. Same thing with low volume cymbals, which is why these cymbals have holes in them and whatnot. And you can actually see my hand through them. So that's what's going on there. So if you want to find these books, you can find them there. Those are affiliate links. It does help me out. I get about 4% back for the links that are affiliate links. Dom's book is not, but the ones that go to Amazon are. Anyways, we're going to warm up, and we're going to warm up. The way that I'm going through this now is I'm going, as long as the last 3 playthroughs are technically proficient or musical, then I'm skipping that limb independence pattern. This one was met at 170, so we're going to try it again at 170, and as a warm-up, so stay tuned. We'll see how this goes. What this pattern is we're going to play the very basic short on snare, long on bass drum. So ding, 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 and long. I don't know why it was so bad when I tried it at 170, but apparently it was, so we're going to try it again. And we're going to do that with these charts that are here. So this playlist is for Swung and for 160 to 240 beats a minute. And there's a bunch of different charts in here, 5 in each one of these. You don't have access to all of these yet, but I've got a new play-along scheduled through October. So stay tuned. Plenty more content to come out. Let's just go ahead and do the classic 1 through 5. And let's see here. So every one of the play-alongs, you just go into the timestamp and you can jump to whatever BPM you want, and then boom, it'll count you off. You're not going to be able to hear it. I have it muted because of timing delays between my microphone and the computer. It just sounds funny. Let's see, low volume cymbals. Yeah, I agree with you. So the comment from Nathan on YouTube is that they eat your sticks. So they. Let me see if I can show you. I don't have like the really bad ones. Woo! But these. This is what like the beads normally look like. So like a fresh pair of sticks. And then if you compare that with this, you can see that it just like slowly kind of eats away at your stick, and eventually it becomes like a vampire steak, so you can, you know, thwart your enemies and all that jazz. Make sure you eat garlic when you practice as well. That'll help. But yeah, that's one of the problems with it. Coming undone a little bit. But, you know, despite it, like, eating through your sticks, at least it gives you more weapons to use against those unholy beings. I had students who, when I taught elementary general music and band, they thought I was a vampire, because at the time I had spiky hair. And I looked like one of the characters from, like, the Twilight series. And so they were like, "Are you a vampire?" I'm like, "Do you ever see me outside?" A one, a two, a 1, 2, ready, and. Drum module can't pick up the little buzzes. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I hear you. I spent too much time outdoors from marching, so I'm trying to overcompensate by staying indoors as much as possible. After many seasons of drumming all summer in academy, outside all day, every day. Whew, difficult to talk while playing through that. But yeah, so I did 5 summers outside all day, every day. And then I found out like a year or so ago that I have like genetic markers to have higher Give me a second. Whew. It's difficult to talk while playing. Okay, yeah, so I found out that I have like a genetic markers that makes me more susceptible to getting melanoma. So I was like, I should probably, stay indoors a little bit more. Morning, football. I was mostly technically proficient, kind of screwed up when I was talking, but that's on me. I had fun with it. Cool, we can finally move past that one. Yay! Let's stretch and massage now. Okay, so first thing you do, hold your sticks like this. Pull in, push out. Ooh, now it's all twisty. Yeah. Swinging? Question mark? Is that what that says? Looks like a saxophone. The text is pretty small on my end. It's far away. Could zoom in. And go back out the way you came. If you do traditional, rotate and hold. Reflect on life. Ask yourself, why am I not drumming more? Important question. If you don't do traditional, don't worry about that one. Stretch the underside of your forearms. You could go 2 at a time on the drum or on the wall. Lower you go, deeper the stretch. I've said that like hundreds of times now. So I just say it at 2 times speed. Do. Okay. Switching arms. I need to sit with better posture. I have a tendency to like slouch over time, so like slowly the microphone just goes towards my eye, so you can hear what I'm seeing. That's how that works. Now we're gonna stretch the top side of the forearm. I'm gonna just do 2 at a time like this. Just on the leg. You can see on like the gaming highlights like at what point in the stream it is, because it'll just slowly go further down as I get more relaxed into my chair. All right, let's do thumb to thumb. And index. So there's going to be some rough patterns today that we go through. Woo-wee. Stay tuned. It's not going to go good. But that's kind of why I'm practicing. We're going to skip the ones that I'm comfortable with. Okay, now that we stretch, now we're going to massage. So I'm going to do thumb on top, fingers underneath. Get nice and relaxed. Relaxed. No gaming streams this weekend, so today I'll do Fortnite in like an hour-ish. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I will be just working on edits for the Cyberpunk stuff, and then Monday I'll resume gaming again. So we'll do Fortnite again on Monday, and then Tuesday we'll start a new game called Darkwood, which is a horror game, and apparently it's really creepy. So, looking forward to trying that. I say with hesitation, massaging the thumb into the palm, fingers on the back of the hand. Apparently the sound is really creepy. It's not what you see, it's what you like hear and can't see, that you're just like, uh-oh, what's that? This is making you want to go work on bop drumming. Yeah, I hear you. It's difficult. Limb independence is one of those things that, like, when you first look at it, you're just like, what? How's that possible? Well, first, when you're practicing it, you have to practice it in falsetto voice. So everything has to be higher, and then you play better. All jokes aside, the stream that I did, what was it, a week or so ago, that kind of like talks about how I work on limb independence, that's a good place to kind of take a look at that. It's based off of like Cherry Gester, Gary Chester's book, The New Breed, as well as like some recommendations from my drum kit teacher that I studied with for a while, Dom Moyo, who works at Arizona State, which is the book that we're working out of, 50 Ways of Syncopation. But anyways, so let's go back. And by the way, the stream that I'm talking about, you can find it here under the limb independence section. So this is actually also going to be turned into a highlight reel. It already is. It's just scheduled for release. And it'll come down here under the tip section, but it's number 50. So it comes out in like June or something like that. A new one of these releases every other day. They're like 8 minutes of just drumming tips and whatnot. So if anyone's interested, that'll come out number 50. Stay tuned. Otherwise, you can just watch the like full stream itself and just kind of check out the process there. The timestamp, it should jump you, straight to it. Like me talking about, okay, here's what I'm doing, how I do it, etc. Anyways, let's find another one. Okay, so this one, did I pass this one? 1, 2, 3, yay! Did I pass this one? Yay! Okay, what about number 5? Surprisingly, yep, not this one. Okay. So this, I'm going to highlight it just to make it easier for me to spot, like, hey, Jared, you need to work on that. It was all yellow. Okay, so this one, bass drum plays the line and the snare fills triplets. Okay, this is going to be interesting. All right, so you're playing ging, ging, ding, ging, ding while you read. And you fill in. Etc. We'll see how that goes. So last time I did it at 115, it was technically proficient. Let's try, I don't know, 117, just to make it a wee bit different. Okay, so we're gonna go into the Swung charts, and we'll do 16 through 20. Sounds great. Timestamps 117. Yeah, Nathan, some of these limb independence variations that like Dom has in his book are like, what? My brain just 1, 2, ready, and we'll see how this goes, folks. It's gonna be rough. Stay tuned. Today's episode of Jared Has Himself Publicly. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and no! I tried moving my mouse at the beginning because I was like, I'm going to hit it. And I did. No! Man, that totally messed me up hitting the mouse. Okay. Try 17. Reading the pattern with the foot, filling in ghost note triplets on the snare. A 1, 2, ready, and your brain hurts? Yeah, no, I hear you on that one. It's a weird one, right? It's a fun challenge, though. Like, you wouldn't read a whole chart playing like this, but you might do, like, a fill, a measure, playing it, and then people will be like, wait, what'd you just do? 2, ready, and... One, two, 1, 2. Good question. Give me a minute. Too much brain power to try this. Alright, last chart, and then I'll answer your question. Think about it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Oops. Started a different pattern. Ugh, my foot got wonky at the end. Okay, let me write this down real quick. So overall, 117 was mostly technically proficient, so better. And I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Okay. Let me pull this up. So the question is, hey dude, what workouts can help me with drill? Like what weight training workouts? What was your program back then? Okay, so that's a really good question. So when it comes to like working on like just being able to move with a drum on, like for drumline and whatnot, couple of things to focus on is its core and lower body. So specifically when you are marching, depending on what technique you're using, you're likely only going to actually go heel to toe, like marching with your heel on the ground for like going forward. Because at a diagonal, you're likely going to be on your platform. Going left to right, you're going to be on your platform. Going backwards, you're going to be on your platform. So you really need to focus on like calf strength. So I would do calf lifts every day. You can just do like stand on one leg and like put it on a curb so that you have your heel so you can go lower and just like lift with one calf at a time and just slowly go down, slowly go up and work on that. Another thing that you can work on is just like general leg strength. So one of the things that we would do, because there was so much pushing off motion on the platform, when we would run to warm up, we'd actually run backwards. So like not like counterclockwise around the track or clockwise, like nothing like that. What I mean is we had actually like literally run on our platforms backwards. So you'd be going backward and make sure you wouldn't run into anything behind you. So that way you're constantly doing that pushing off motion. And so you're building up some of your leg muscles associated with actually moving and staying up on that platform. Another thing you can do is called sissy squats or Sisyphus squats. Sissy squats is just the shortened version of Sisyphus, which has to do with, I think it's the Greek mythology around that, about pushing a boulder up a hill. So what you end up doing is just search for it, but you like stand up, and with your feet still on the ground, you squat down, and then go back up with like your knees going over your toes. So let me see if I can show you this. So you go like this, you're standing here, and you go all the way down like this, and you put your knees out in front of you to the point where you're like basically parallel to the ground with like your back, and then you stand back up. It's really hard to demonstrate right here, but I highly recommend doing that. It's great for the knees, and like for just strengthening everything around the knees, and then like your core strength and whatnot. So do a bunch of like ab stuff, planks, or like side raises with the legs, just all sorts of, there's a bajillion things you can do. Even doing like mountain climbers, so where you're like laying on the ground and then just kind of like move your knees up into your chest and whatnot, so you can strengthen your core and then strengthen your legs and strengthen your calves. Those are kind of the three things that I recommend doing. And then it comes down to just like cardio. So depending on like what you're doing, whether it's like an 8-minute show, a 10-minute show, or like if you do a parade, like half an hour, you need to be able to have the cardio to be able to last for that long without it negatively impacting your playing. So get your cardio up, and then you should be okay with that. Let's see. Yeah, the stuff that you're doing for like jump training and whatnot for like basketball, if that can help out. Yeah, the sissy squats and the backwards running, those are great. But I don't know if like the plyometric stuff that like a lot of basketball would do, I don't know if that would work. And I'm going to avoid the word, but you know, when you go from like, let's do it on a football field. So from like the touchdown line to like the 10-yard, back to the touchdown, to the 20-yard, back to the touchdown, to the 30-yard, etc. Again, avoiding the word that it's actually called, because YouTube will get mad at me for that. That one would not necessarily help you out with drumming, because you're likely not going to be doing those kinds of like sprints. Usually the sprints that you're doing are very short term, so you might be like doing a big push while you're playing, moving into position. But another thing that I recommend is actually doing like the diamond drill. So there's like a plus sign drill where you go like forward for 8, backwards for 8, left for 8, right for 8, backwards for 8, forwards for 8, right for 8, left for 8. So there's the plus sign when you do that. Actually, I can show you here. So plus, going like that. But the diamond drill is where we add in a diagonal to that. So if you start here, so you move forward 8, backwards for 8, diagonal to the left for 8, backwards 8, then fully left, and then you just keep adding those diagonals in between each of those. Those are good. Instead of doing it for 8 counts, you could also do it for 16. Another thing you can do is like a box drill. So just like go forward, go right, go back, go left. And so that works on those transitions and getting those corners down and whatnot. Those are probably some ways that I just recommend working on that. And you can do that with and without drums. A lot of stuff you can also do weighted. So I know some students would use like a weighted vest that was a little bit heavier than their drum, or might even like put some like ankle weights on and whatnot. But be careful, don't put a ton of weight on that. You don't want to like overstrain your leg muscles and whatnot. But that makes it just so that when you actually are doing it with a drum, it's a little bit easier. But those are some quick suggestions on how you could work on like your training to kind of prepare you for being able to move. Hopefully that helps. If I think of more, I'll chat about them in a future stream as well. But great question. Let's get back to the independence of limbs. Okay, so that one I still need to do next time. One more time before I can move on from it. That one was a weird one. This one we can skip. Okay, we can skip that one. Okay, so alternating triplets on snare while... Okay, so this one was surprisingly bad when I did it yesterday. So what am I doing? It sounds easy. All you're doing is just... And then you just read the patterns with accents. While you're 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. You are very welcome. Happy I can help in some way, even if it's just to reinforce. Yeah, what you're doing is going to work great. Consistency over time. That's the key. Let's actually slow this back down. Let's go to 160. So this one, yeah, sure. We'll just go here and I don't know, 21 through 25. Sure. Just picking a random one. I don't know if this one's public yet. It is. Okay, cool. I think. Yeah. 160. All right. 1, 2, ready, and again, it counts you off and all that fun stuff. This drum module just doesn't handle those. So what was throwing me off was I tried to play some of the what should have been on the left. I did it on the right. Whoopsies. 1, 2, ready, and. One, two, ready, and. Oops. Two more charts, and then we're going to do the variation of this where you put the long notes on the crash and ride and the bass drum. 2, ready, and. All right, let's try it. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Oof. Reading. Jared, you can do it. So 160, it was mostly technically proficient. It was meh at the end, but it was mainly just like reading issues. Hook it on phonics, work it for meh. So I need to continue to work on that, but mostly it was better. It did not feel out of control, but I was making progress. Cool. Okay, so this one we need to continue to work on next time. So let's highlight you. Do 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 do. Where's the highlight button? There we go. Yellow. Next. Okay. This one needed a lot of work at 115, so let's slow it down to 110. So it's the same thing, but now, when you're doing it, only the short notes on snare, long, are here. So on the bass with the ride, or the bass with the crash with the left hand, okay? Etc. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Probably not good. We're going to try it at 110, so we got to use a different playlist. Scroll down. Again, link is up there. These are all free. There's going to be 55 of them by the end of the summer, I believe. They're scheduled for release. For sure, 55, but I forget when it finishes. Think in August, maybe. Anyways, let's do... charts 1 through 5. This one's a fun one. I like this set of charts. The first charts I ever wrote. Oh my. Takes me back. 110. Okay. 110. Do 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 do. Okay. Mouse, don't slide. Hey. 1, 2, ready, and again. Short notes on snare, long notes on the bass drum and the ride if it's on the right hand, the bass drum and the crash if it's on the left hand, and you're doing all of this while alternating triplets. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... That messed with my brain trying to figure out, is it the right, is it the left? Neither. It's both. Oh. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, here we go. That was better. Success. Progress. A 1, 2, ready, and... 2, here we go. If you're not having fun, then, you know, why? You should enjoy drumming. Yeah, it's a grind, but you can still have fun with the grind. 1, 2, ready, aim. Alright, so mostly technically proficient. I had fun with it. It was good. Hey, stop. There we go. I know you can't hear it, but it just kept playing. Okay, I got time for another one. I think. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay, so this one was at 110 and needed a lot of work. So, let's try 105. So it's the exact same thing that we were just doing. So, ging, ging, ding, ging, ding, ging, ding, ging. Short notes on the snare, accented with triplets filling in, and then the long notes are gonna do either play it on the right or the left, however it lines up. But this time you're adding in diddles, so on every single tap. It's a mouthful of notes. That button. Okay, so let's go to another set of charts. Boop, sure, whatever number that is. And we're gonna try it at 105. 105, we go back here, we make a full screen, we move the mouse. 1, 2, ready, aim. I have to play the taps super high to get the drum trigger to actually play in for the like ghost notes. Wah. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and oh no, I read that wrong. If you can, practice in the shoes that you're gonna march with. Otherwise, I just honestly use tennis shoes. Something with ankle support. So you don't roll it when you're doing... Let me pause this. Stop. It's a great question. Yeah, so for me, and for like some of the people that I march with, when you're on your platform, there's a tendency for some people to roll their ankle when they're moving side to side, in particular, left to right. And that roll will cause some issues. So like I had a friend in 2005 that I marched with on Academy who there was like a little divot in the field because it wasn't a great field we're rehearsing at, and he rolled his ankle in it like a week before the competition that we had, big one. I forget, Drums Across the Rockies or whatever. We were there early, and he rolled it. No, it was like 3 days before. Anyways, doesn't matter when. So something with ankle support, so that way it can keep your ankle straight, because you don't want your ankles to roll. You want it to stay same way, and you're just going like this the whole time. It's all about the upper leg movement and keeping the lower leg movement the same. Some people have bent knee, some people have straight knee. We had straight knee. So it was all about just keeping that locked and moving without rolling the ankle. So provide yourself some support there. That's what I recommend. Good question, though. Long answer than I thought I was going to provide. Here we go. Recover. That was bad. I was like, wait, which hand? No, not that hand. No. Then it just totally screwed me up. All right. Redeem yourself, Jared. Try it again. A one, a two, a 1, 2, ready, and... These are rough. But I guess to add on what I was saying, with the ankle support, like everybody's feet are different. Some people need arch support, some people need flat. Like everyone's gonna be different. So that's just what I recommended in general. Experiment if you can. Like making no noise because it's like right at the angle, like right when I'm hitting it. I could change the angle of that a little more. Make that a little bit flatter. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... That one was rough. Okay, well, it was meh. We made some progress. Success-ish, sort of. Cool. We'll continue to grind that out on the next limb independent stream. Will be on Monday. Tomorrow should be technique and whatnot. Cool. So we got to continue to work on those. Let's continue to work on this one. So we're going to round off this particular, practice stream with doing Rebound like I usually do. Apparently I didn't mark it last time. Cool. So what am I doing here? I'm just doing double strokes. Right, 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 right. While playing through Rebound, which you can find on my website, linked up here. /drum. Literally over 1,000 free play-alongs. Under here, the limb independence permutations. Or you can also find it, if you scroll all the way down to the technique stuff, Rebound is also in there, because it's useful for like tenors, for snare, etc. Read the description to find out why, how to use it. But we're going to do this at 1:45, so we're going to go to the end of the timestamps, and we're just going to go snare, snare, bass, bass. Working on only the rights. So double strokes, basically. 2, ready, and... No! Let's slow it down. We're gonna go to 140. My foot is like, no, not today, Jared. Not today, Jared. Okay, fine. Oh, I guess another thing that I'd add for working up stuff is split leg squats. We did that a lot in Muay Thai. Really helped out with strengthening the legs, the knees. Not the squats, the jumps, that is. So you do the squat with a split leg, but you jump up in the air. Gives you that power, strength. And, you know, stretching, highly important to do that. You'll injure yourself. Don't do that. I only got to march 5 of my 7 years because of an injury. Car accident. Should have gone to a physical therapist, but I didn't. Didn't get to age out in March. Wah, wah. Okay, last one. Yikes. going down. Whew. That was meh. Note 140. 144. Okay. Kind of pushing my limits today. Every day's gonna be different. Ugh. Okay. Anyways, if you want to find the book that I was playing out of to get those ideas for limb independence permutations, not permutations, I can't. Why am I using that word? No. Jared? No. Bad Jared. You can find it under the tips linked here. It's the very first link. So you go under there, and then the book was 50 Ways of Syncopation. Highly recommend it. It's not an affiliate link. I just like and respect Dom. And then the way that I was practicing was the New Breed. These are also great for working on limb independence. And there's a bunch of other drum kit stuff that I recommend. Some good books like this one, the Chapin book. That one's got some complicated stuff to play through. It's fun. If you're into rock, well, there's like a few hundred things that you can work on for rock, etc. So check that section out. And literally over 1,000 free play-alongs. Only thing I ask, if you enjoy this free content that I create, I want to keep it free. Just share it with somebody else. More people use it. Eventually I'll be able to get some AdSense off of YouTube, and that will help fund it. I don't want to do memberships. I don't want to have to pay to like get these tips or get the free play-alongs. What's currently free play-alongs. I want to keep it that way. So just share it with somebody else if you like it. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. I'm gonna set up for some Fortnite, and I actually got a video that's coming out shortly. So stay tuned for that. A new Fortnite video. It's got some funny moments in it. But anyways, I appreciate you all. And if you appreciate me, just share my stuff.